Well, it's another beautiful morning out here. I'd like to start off this video by first of all stating that I'm not interested in making any money off of it. So, no PayPal, no Patreon or any of that stuff. So, getting that out of the way. I only do this for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is I like to share my feelings, my thoughts, and my opinions. I'm a very opinionated person, but not to the point where I don't want to listen to anyone else's opinion, and because there's always something you can learn from other people, and I try to be open to that because if you don't, you'll never learn anything. So that being said, moving forward, one of the main thing I want to talk about today is hypocrisy. Hypocrisy in religion, politics, and in everyday life. We all know somebody that's a hypocrite, and we can't stand it when we could look at someone else and say, hey, you know what, you're doing the same thing that you're telling me what I'm doing is bad. Uh, the biggest thing for me is going to be religion first, because to me, that is taking the worst route of trying to pretend to be somebody you're not. Anybody that is in Christianity or Judaism or, really any of the mainstream religions or beliefs, which I don't have anything against any of them. They all have a right to think the way they want, and whatever that feels good to them and their own spirituality is what they need to be doing. So uh, their own personal relationship with God is their own personal relationship with God. But that being said, I've known a lot of folks that take that, and because they claim to be this or that, that gives them the moral high ground to act differently and look down their nose at other people. And I don't do well with that. And I guess that can translate into all aspects of life. But I've been more offended by the people that are using religion as that than I am anything else. And then politics would be next, because those folks, they want to live a certain way, but they want you to live differently. And they try to tell us how to live our lives and how we should be doing this and be doing that, but they have better healthcare systems, they have better schools for their children. um, so they're going to sit around and tell us how bad we are, but then some of the things that they're doing is way worse. And I'm not going to get into any of that, because I think everybody knows deep down how dirty and crooked pretty much all politics are. My dad used to say that an honest person would go up there, but when they got up there, they were corrupt after that. And I would surmise that that's probably the case in all cases. There's probably a good few people up there that are real decent people, but the majority of them, they all have an agenda, and they're all hypocrites. And so I have no use for them. The governor of this particular state that we're in, I met him when he was running for office, and I talked to him at the time. I had a business, and I had some questions for him, and then he gave me the typical political answer that was the runaround, and I pressed him, and he couldn't wait to get away from me. So I have very little respect for that guy, because he's not real. So to wrap this up, because I want to keep these videos as short as I possibly can so that you can move on with your day, and if you get something out of them, that's great. Comment, and if you have something that you disagree with, comment on that as well. I don't have a problem with any of that. We can certainly debate, and we can agree to disagree and all of that good stuff. But I want to wrap this up by saying this. Be honest to who you are. Don't try to pretend to be somebody you're not. You are who you are, and most of the time people can tell when you're being fake. So just be who you are. Be honest, and try to improve every day to be a better human being, and to treat your fellow human beings better than you have the day before. If you can do that, then I think that's probably one of the biggest things you can do in this life, is to progress as a human being in a positive way, and your spirit in a positive way, to learn lessons and learn how to treat each other with respect and better than you'd want them to treat you. And if we could do that, well, we might have it made. I think we really need it in this day and age, because everybody's really upset with everybody else, and everybody else is wrong, and we're all right. I don't think it's a matter of right or wrong. I think it's a matter of we need to get together and figure this thing out, because if we don't, we're going to be in a world of hurt. So with that, take care of yourselves and your families, and we'll see you next time.